Welcome to PA Harness Week, a show dedicated to the sport of harness racing in the great state of Pennsylvania. I'm Heather Vitale along with Jess Otten, and if July wasn't hot enough for you, we are definitely turning up the heat on today's show, so get those ACs on full blast.
This show is going to bring so much heat today, Heather. You guys are going to need more than a paper fan, because what we have on top for you is hot, hot, hot.
Truer words have never been spoken. But first, I've got some headlines to get through. On today's show, we have it all. We'll catch some recent Pennsylvania-bred standouts in Sire Stakes and All-Stars action. Plus, pack up a cooler. We're taking a road trip to York, Pennsylvania for a day of fair racing, where we caught up with 91-year-old Don Wiest, who's been a part of PA fairs for over 7 decades. And we have an eye-popping, absolutely don't want to miss a world record to show you. Those stories and much more next on racing's fastest paced half hour, PA Harness Week. Let's kick it all off right here at Harrah's Philadelphia from the Sunday, July 3rd card. We have 2 divisions of PA Sire Stakes colt and gelding trotters for you, and each of them have a purse of over $66,000. In the first division, the favorite is number 2, that old Barstool, who's made the most money in the field this year. Number 4, Outside the Fire, has shown potential, but he's been going off stride recently. Will he behave himself today? Let's send it to announcer Mike Bozich, who has the answer.
And now driving to the outside, 54K from 5th. After leader Famous Father, clear by a length up the backside. Outside the Fire's second, angling now that old Barstool third, flushed by 54K. Inside Parola Hanover next, nearing 3/4. Famous Father has the lead. That old Barstool's on the attack right now. Outside the Fire is third. Outside 54K creeps closer with cover 4th. 3/4, 124 and 4. Inside Parola Hanover 5th. 2 lengths back, Kosher Mahoney, top of the stretch. Famous Father inside. That old Barstool trying to sustain first over. 54K angles out 3 wide now. Outside the Fire, down along the pegs. They straighten away for the stretch drive. Famous Father. Here's 54K looking to erupt off cover now. Here comes 54K swooping down in between Famous Father. Up the inside, Outside the Fire. Outside the Fire finds his best stride. Outside the Fire wins.
Outside the Fire and Famous Father both left hard from the center of the gate, but it was Famous Father who came out with the lead. They were all strung out as they headed towards the half. That old Barstool came first over from third, heading towards 3/4. 54K picked up that cover and made a 3-wide move coming out of that far tune, but it was all Outside the Fire and Scott Zeron scoring in 153 and 4. This son of Cantab Hall is trained by Annette Lorenzen. Getting up for second was 54K, and finishing third was Famous Father.
Alrighty, moving right along to our second of 2 divisions of PA Sire Stakes here at Harrah's Philadelphia from the Sunday, July 3rd card. For 3-year-old colt and gelding trotters, we've got number 2, Keg Stan, getting the most support in his 2022 debut. But look out for the 5, Torona, who's coming off a confident wire-to-wire win.
Keg Stan still the one to knock off. Outside, Nice Guy Eddie, a joint second now with the pocketed Torona. 2 lengths back, SIP gaps 4th. Donzel Hanover fades away. Outside, Dandy's mired. Behind stalling cover, 3/4, 125, 28 1/3. Keg Stan now leads it by 3 as they straighten away. Inside, Torona second. Nice Guy Eddie starts to labor third. SIP to the inside, 4th in the straight. Keg Stan looking to hold together. Zeron appears confident here at this point. Torona angles to the outside, but Keg Stan's going to run the clock out on him. Keg Stan wins by 3.
Torona left hard off of the gate, as did SIP. Keg Stan was taken back briefly before being moved to the front, and he cleared just before the quarter, and he set the scene from there. Nice Guy Eddie came first over, but left no impressions on the leader as Keg Stan drew away from the field, establishing a new lifetime mark of 153 in roan. Torona held second, and finishing third was Nice Guy Eddie. This son of bar hopping is conditioned by Nancy Tactor, and that was a sweep in the Sire Stakes for Scotty Z.
Yes, it was. Scotty Z. All right, we've got more racing racing coming up from Harris, Philadelphia when we return, because we have to take our first break. But we have also got a world record to show you that will have you saying OMG. Also, we'll catch up on the PA All-Stars action from the Downs at Mohegan Sun Pocono. Keep it right here. Jess and I will be back in a flash.
Mucho Macho in charge here for Jim Pantoliano. Still not asking a lot out of him.
Get back to the feeling of Mohegan Sun Pocono.
Welcome back to PA Harness Week and Harris, Philadelphia, where we're shooting today's episode and where we have more action from. It is from our July 3rd card, and we've got a field of speedy pacers in here, so let's check them out, because number 8, Lion Steel, is the favorite for you, and he is the richest too, with almost $600,000 in the bank. And the 3, Virgo, is getting some play. He hasn't competed since the end of May, but he's coming off a good qualifier.
Nutcracker Sweet by a length and a half still. Lion Steel in pursuit second. Virgo on the outside continues to make steady gains first over. Still 4 lengths off a good going front stepper though. Back to 4th to the inside. Comes Gray Dragon 120 and 3 for 3/4. Nutcracker Sweet by 2. Second, Lion Steel. Top of the stretch. Outside Virgo 3rd. Gray Dragon awaits clearance at the inside 4th. Racing in 5th. King James Express. They straighten away. Nutcracker Sweet trying to see it through. Lion Steel dives to the open stretch. Outside Virgo. Gray Dragon's trying to thread the needle now. Lion Steel takes the lead. Gray Dragon trying to get through. Down to the finish. Lion Steel wins.
Nutcracker Sweet was aggressive off the gate from the pole position. Lion Steel was able to drop in the pocket during a 26-second opening panel, and they were strung out until the outer flow developed just past the half when Virgo came first over during a 26 3/3 quarter. Simon Allard steered the Dennis Watson trainee Lion Steel to the inside, using the passing lane to get up for the win in 1:49.1, and that was the fastest mile of the day on that Sunday afternoon card. Gray Dragon finished second, and getting up for third was Virgo.
They say there's no guarantees in life, but I'm going to have to disagree, because I guarantee that right now, Jess and I will make you say, OMG. Okay, we're going to check out this race from the Meadowlands Saturday, July 2nd. It was in a division of the Roll with Joe. These are incredible pacers going for a purse of almost $100,000. All right, so the favorite in here at 1-5 is the number 3, Bulldog Hanover. Him winning this race isn't a real shocker, but it's the way he won it. Ken Workington has the call.
Bulldog Hanover and Dexter Dunn, 120 and 2/5, 26 and 3. Dazzling speed from Bulldog Hanover out of the pocket. Alleywag Hanover, and spinning his wheels is a buckabat Hanover. Bulldog Hanover, devastation again. It's Bulldog Hanover 4 in a row, 5 for Dexter Dunn. Bulldog Hanover in the roll with Joe in 146 flat, equaling the track and world record.
Alleywag Hanover pushed the gate away. Bulldog Hanover had good early speed as well, but it was Alleywag Hanover who crossed over to make the lead. Bulldog Hanover sat the pocket, but he was a handful, so Dunn moved him to the front just before the half, and it was all speed from there. They put up a 25-1 last quarter, stopping the clock in 1:46. And OMG, Heather, that ties the world record, of course, also held by Always Be Mickey and Latherup. This son of Shadow Play is conditioned by Noel Daly, and it was Dexter Dunn in the bike, and Noel said after the race it took Dexter a half a mile to pull this guy up.
You know what's super crazy about Bulldog Hanover is that he's actually a stallion as well, right? Like, he is working at one job, getting his ladies, you know, ready for his offspring, and then he's also racing on the track. That's crazy.
Yeah, they call that double duty. He was doing that up in Canada. Of course, he missed leg 1 of the Graduate because of that, so he was able to come down and hit leg 3 after winning leg 2 up in Mohawk. So a lot of people don't understand you can race and breed at the same time, and obviously it's taking nothing out of him. He just put up a world record performance.
We have got action from the downs at Mohegan Sun Pocono queued up and ready to show you. We've got two divisions from PA All-Stars action. It's Sunday, July 4th card, and these purses go for $35,000, and they are 2-year-old races. This is an interesting time of year because 5 out of the 6 horses in this race are competing in their very first career start. The public is loving the one, Herodotus. He's 3 to 5, and we're going to send it to track announcer Jim Baviglia for the call.
Pantaleano trying to ask more from Mucho Macho. Meanwhile, Teacher trying to squeeze in tight quarters out of the pocket there with Can't Stop Will. Also, Dancehall King coming up a close 5th, way back looking to get lucky. 3/4, 128 and 4, 30 even 3rd panel. Mucho Macho there by a half length as Can't Stop Will trying to squeeze through. Herodotus getting the excellent trip on the inside. Dinky Winky 3 wide. Also, Dancehall King's only about 3 away. Top of the stretch, Mucho Macho leads by 3 parts of a length. Now Herodotus in the passing lane, gaining for David Miller. Herodotus getting the excellent trip, knows what to do with it in his debut. It's going to be Herodotus trotting away at the end.
Mucho Macho stepped off the gate well to capture the early lead. Can't Stop Will snagged the pocket seat around the first turn. Movement was made up the backside by Dinky Winky. Can't Stop Will moved from the pocket as well, and they were 3 wide for a bit as they made their way around the far turn. That left room up the inside for Herodotus to make up ground, using the passing lane to score in 158. Dancehall King had late trot to finish 2nd, and Mucho Macho faded into for 3rd. A couple of Hall of Famers teamed up here. David Miller in the bike for trainer Ronnie Burke.
All right, well, we're going right into some more freshman male trotters in PA All-Stars action from the downs at Mohegan Sun Pocono in that Sunday, July 4th card. And the favorite in here is number 4, Paramount Legend at 1 to 5, who was 2nd in his debut at the Meadowlands. And number 6, Crantini, won his qualifier in Canada by 22 lengths before shipping down here to the Keystone State to compete.
Paramount Legend on top. Crantini pulls the pocket to give it a shot here. It's 4 back to 3rd, and Father Stosh on the outside. Kobe B moves up into 4th. They round the turn to the top of the stretch. Crantini has corralled Paramount Legend. Crantini takes a slight lead. Svanstedt trying to fight back with Paramount Legend now. Crantini widening a bit, but still finishing well. It's Crantini's slight lead. Crantini gets past Paramount Legend.
There was plenty of good early speed in here, and they were 3 wide briefly as they left the gate, but it was Paramount Legend who secured the lead heading toward the opening quarter. There wasn't much movement during the middle half. Crantini popped the pocket around the far turn, and those two battled it out through the stretch, but Crantini got up past Paramount Legend in the final stride, scoring in 156 and 4. 3rd was Father Stosh. Megan Scranton trains this horse, and Scotty Z was in the bike.
All right, now we do have to take a break right now, but when we return, we've got more racing from the Pocono Mountains. Plus, we're going to take a little road trip to York, Pennsylvania, where we discovered an amazing story for all ages, and we can't wait to share it. Don't touch that remote.
History. It's written by winners. At Diamond Creek Farm, we're breeding champions and rewriting the history books. Diamond Creek Farm, a cut above.
Welcome back to PA Harness Week, and we don't call this show the fastest paced half hour on television for nothing. We are going back to the downs at Mohegan Sun Pocono from the Saturday, July 2nd card with this brilliant field of pacers going for a purse of $27,500. So let's take a look at number 6 in here. It's American Courage, who is the favorite coming off a big 2021 season. So far, he's just had 6 starts this year. And the 4 is I'm Sir Blake. He won won this event last week, and he's second choice in here.
Half is a quick one, 53-2, 27-3 second panels. It's Vettel leading the way as Imser Blake was able to sneak into a pocket spot, so Marcus Miller saved that one, and now in a good spot on the outside. American Courage blistering up on the outside. He's within 2. He's getting close to the lead. Inside fourth now is Da Delightful. To the outside is Can't Beach That, followed inside Rock the Devil, then Southwind Ozzy. The deep trailer is Caviar Max. New leader American Courage, 3/4, 120-3, 27-1 third panel. Fastest fractions we've seen all meet, and American Courage still going strong now by 3. Fading on the inside is Vettel. Outside Imser Blake trying to get into it. Top of the stretch, American Courage leading now by 7 lengths.
Da Delightful, Vettel, and Can't Beach That were all handled aggressively off the gate, and here Vettel was parked out through a 25-4 opening quarter. Imser Blake came first over from fourth, but Vettel turned the cold shoulder on him, so he grabbed the pocket seat. The tempo was hot up front. The Travis Alexander trainee, American Courage, made a big first over move up the backside, clearing to the front, drawing away from the field in 147-4. 6 lengths back was Da Delightful, and getting the show was Imser Blake, and that was one of 8 winners on the card for driver Matt Kakaley. You know what they say, fair time is fun time. We put York Fair in the PA spotlight this week, a place Heather had a chance to visit to kick off our PA Fair Circuit Week.
When you think of summertime, the first thing that comes to mind might be flip-flops and sand. But in our Pennsylvania harness racing community, it is fairs and standardbreds we're thinking about. In the Keystone State, we have over 20 fairs during the warm months. And it's an exciting circuit that's based on tradition, yet building the future at the same time. Although it was 1963 when pari-mutuel wagering began in Pennsylvania, harness races were being contested over tracks decades before that milestone year. The settings for those competitions? The fairs. And still today, so many horsemen and women take part in all the unique opportunities that fair racing has to offer.
It's great for the families. It's great for the guys that are trainer drivers that bring their kids here. Hopefully we'll get some new kids involved, following their father's footstep. I think it's great. You're all over, you see the whole state of Pennsylvania. If you go to every fair, you're on like a 21 nonstop fair, 15 fairs, 5 2-days. It's just, you know, it's all around. It's good. The guys get along great. The horses, they learn.
With 3 months of racing and locations spanning from Butler to Bedford to Bloomsburg, it gives our standardbreds an opportunity to gain experience and put some money on their card.
It's a good spot for younger horses that ain't top, sire stake horses that can get good experience. And, a lot of good race horses come away from these fairs at the end of the 3-year-old year. So, Vivid Photo raced at the fairs as a 2-year-old, and you know what he did at 3.
3 across the track in deep stretch. It's Vivid Photo on the outside, and he's home free for Roger Hammer. From the Pennsylvania Fairs to the Hambletonian Winner's Circle.
So he went from the fairs, and then he ended up going to the Hambo, which everybody made a big deal out of it because they thought he was a fair horse. Fortunately, he turned out to be a lot more than a fair horse. He turned out to be the Hambletonian winner.
But it's not only a wonderful way for our 4-legged athletes to develop skills. On this race day at York Fair, we saw so many kids in the barn area interacting with the horses and even getting ready to go behind the starting gate.
Oh, I wouldn't miss it for the world. This is the most fun thing to do. I mean, the track's fun, but you can't pass up the fairs. I just graduated from high school, and September I'll go to equine dental school. I'll be an equine dentist. And I look to further my driving career, but equine dental will be my full-time job.
I know when I grow up I want to do something with animals and stuff like that. I want to drive them when I'm older, but I can't yet.
They just love it. They've been coming here ever since they've been born, and they were excited to come, and Lizzie, she wanted to come today so that she can help and make some money.
Don't be misled. The opportunities that come with competing at the fairs isn't just for the younger generation. If you love racing horses, age is just a number.
I've been coming to this fair for 75 years. This was the premier fair 75 years ago. You know, that wasn't too long before the automobiles were coming into existence, and everybody loved horse racing. This place was packed when they had horse races back in the olden days.
Still looks pretty strong. Don Weiss showing the way.
I was 89 when I went over at Silver Springs, and believe it or not, when I went out on the racetrack, I had a horse that you could say was a little bit uncontrollable. I could hardly hold her. I went down the road like a bullet, and she won by 18 lengths and set the track record there at 2-3.
Don, you showed them young whippersnappers how it was done, didn't you?
Well, I think that might be my last drive.
Oh, geez. You going out a winner?
I'll be 90 in October, so I think that will be the last drive as a driver.
With our standardbred sport being an incredibly important agricultural business, there's no better way than a day of Pennsylvania fair racing to experience families, farm life, future stars, and a lot of fun.
The fairs are so much fun. You don't want to miss the opportunity to go, and they're all over Pennsylvania. So check out the Pennsylvania Fairs website. You can see it at the bottom of your screen. Pack a cooler, go out and have a great time and watch some great harness racing. Last week, Jess and I visited Goshen, New York for the Hall of Fame induction, and we could not pass up the opportunity to have our picture taken with the living legend, John Campbell. And I'm pretty sure that that encounter inspired Jess for this week's Trivia Time question. Who isn't inspired by John Campbell, honestly? So my question for you guys this week is, what year did John Campbell get inducted into the Hall of Fame?
Oh, nice one. All right, well, think about that during our break, because we will have the answer when we come back. Plus that, we've got the blast from the past. And we will talk Hall of Fame. Stay tuned for more PA Harness Week after this.
Get back to the feeling of Mohegan Sun Pocono.
Welcome back to PA Harness Week, and I hope that you were thinking about the answer to that Trivia Time question, because guess what? Jess has got it for you.
My question for you guys this week was, what year was John Campbell inducted into the Hall of Fame? Well, it was 1991. Of course, some call him the GOAT. He's truly a great horseman, a great person, loves sitting and chatting with him, and he still holds the record for the richest driver of all time.
It has been 5 years since John Campbell retired from driving, and we miss him so much on the racetrack. What better way to relive a great Campbell moment than with a great blast from the past? Okay, we are going to the 1993 Little Brown Jug, and we have a Roger Houston with the call and John Campbell driving Life Sign.
And Riyadh has the lead. Life Sign second. Presidential Balls buried at the rail. Ready to rumble is fourth. 8th mile to go. Riyadh with the lead. Life Sign. Presidential Ball. Life Sign's coming on. Riyadh. Life Sign on the outside. Life Sign.
Life Sign came first over before the half and a steady first over grind, putting pressure on the lead as in Riyadh, and got up in the final strides. Life Sign and John Campbell got up, scoring in 1:52.
You know, the Little Brown Jug is a must-see for any harness racing fan, and so is the Harness Racing Museum and Hall of Fame. And Jess and I were able to go to Goshen, New York last week. We enjoyed the races during the day, the induction at night, when we saw Chris Boring, Ron Burke, Yannick Gingras, and George Teague all get inducted into the Harness Racing Hall of Fame.
It truly truly was a great day. You know, we watched the races in the morning and afternoon, and the cheers from the crowd just gave you goosebumps every time the horses went by the crowd. They cheered so loud. I loved seeing that. So great to see a packed stand again, of course, after the COVID-19. And then the ceremony at night, there was amazing speeches. You could just really tell the emotion, the thankfulness that they all had. They're all very grateful, you know, being born and raised into the business. It was truly a great event. Of course, if you missed any of that, you can go to US Trotting's Facebook page and you can rewatch the live videos that they had posted with the speeches.
We're here to give you a little taste of the action each week, but there's so much more out there. So come out to the races and see everything live, up close and personal. Let me give you the deets on that. At the Downs at Mohegan Sun Pocono, live racing is Saturday, Monday, Tuesday, post time 1:30 p.m., Sunday post time 5 p.m. Harris, Philadelphia, live racing is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, post time 12:25 p.m., Sunday post time is 12:40 p.m.
Want to know where to place your wagers online? No worries, we've got you covered. For Harris, Philadelphia, the website is pabets.tvg.com. For the Downs at Mohegan Sun Pocono, the website is ibetmohegan.com. And don't forget, we offer free program pages. Those can be found at phha.org right at the top of the homepage.
What's trending this time of year? Summer camps, and Jess and I think the most awesomest of camps are done by the Harness Horse Youth Foundation. They give kids hands-on experience with harness horses, and they expose kids and their families to our great sport.
You know, some kids aren't fortunate enough like we were, you know, born and raised in the business, getting to be hands-on with the horses, you know, all summer long, on weekends, and so on and so forth. So it's so great to see all the youth, you know, get brought up into the sport. All the smiles on the kids' faces truly make my heart happy. They do an amazing job there, and if you have a kid interested or you know somebody who could be interested, head to hhyf.org. They have tons of information, and you can find it all there.
All right, now, of course, we want you guys to know about our social media handles. On Facebook, we're at Harness Week, Twitter, at PA Harness Week. We're all over YouTube, and it's really important you know those handles because we have a contest starting every single Monday on social media. And right here, this is the prize of fanny packs. And we went around Goshen, New York, and you could see, like, anybody who's anybody is wearing a fanny pack. Like, basically, if you want to be in the Hall of Fame, you better be wearing a fanny pack.
And they loved them too. We had Ronnie Burke, Yannick Gingras, George Teague Jr., Wally Hennessy. I mean, they took them right off us. They're like, we need to have one of those. And we were like, whoa, 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 you got to enter our contest, but we'll let you borrow one for today.
Yeah, that's exactly what we said. All right, guys, thanks again. It's been another great half hour. We will see you next week. Have a great week.